This lady gives an account of his brother who literally took his life and went to hell. Now, this guy who went to hell was encountered by God, and then God telling him of his plans he had for him on earth, that he was not supposed to do what he did, and that because of that, God gave him a second chance to life. By holding him in a mighty hand, he saw that actually brought a light, causing all demons that were attacking him to flee. And then this guy came back to life. I hope this message will help you stand firm, no matter how difficult things are, no matter the depressions you're going through. I'm sure this message and this narration from this lady concerning his brother who went to hell will also impact upon your life. Let's watch this video.
My brother tried to off himself in 2004, and he went to hell and survived. Now, full disclosure, my brother is perfectly okay with me telling this story. He actually encourages it and tells the story often. Back in 2004, he was going through a very hard time. He had recently just broken up with a girlfriend of his that he had been dating for a long time, and he was feeling very depressed. He had lived in the basement at the time, and hang on. Our house was very old. It was built in the 1800s, so everything was very old and creaky. Keep that in mind. So one day, I'm going to say it from my perspective first and then go to my brother's and my mom's. So I was about 7, 8 years old, and I was in the bathroom. I remember this distinctly. Anything in my childhood, I remember this. And I remember just a blood-curdling cry from my mom from the basement. And I immediately got up. I didn't pull my pants up, and I went to the basement door. And I looked down and I screamed down to my mom, and I was like, "Mom, are you okay?" And I see her on the ground. I just see her, like her back, and she's on the ground, and she said, "Don't come down here." And I'm like, okay. So I don't know what happens with me at that point. So my mom's perspective is she had this gut feeling. She has always had this gut feeling. She's a mom. She just had something that told her to go down into the basement and check on my brother. So she went down there and she found him to a pipe, an old pipe in our house in the basement. And he was hanging, right? And she was devastated. She was crying, she was praying, she didn't know what to do, and she was about to call 911. Now, this is all, keep in mind, this is all within like a 10-minute span, right? Now, my brother's perspective, he decides to do what he did. And instantly, he was in darkness. Pitch black. He didn't have the emotions, like, he wasn't feeling the pain of the world. Like, he didn't have the body pain just yet. We'll get there. And he didn't have the emotional pain of...
So it means that this guy's emotions, depression, everything we have in life left him when he actually took his life. Let's continue.
Why he did what he did. I'm going to draw a picture. So he is now getting not only mentally attacked, he's getting physically attacked. His body feels like it's on fire. He's feeling this constant scratching, and he's hearing shrieking noises, just these giggly, shrieking, out of this world voices sneaking at him and, you know, tempting him and teasing him and all this stuff. And he is pleading for his life at this point, and he is calling out to God, saying, you know, his guilt, like he feels remorse for what he did. He didn't mean to do that. He acted on his emotions, and he's pleading to God. He's saying, you know, I didn't mean to do this, da 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 da, like please save me, da 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 da. And all of a sudden, he feels this, and I know y'all are going to comment on how I say that. And then he sees or hears this loud,
Wow.
loud voice that you could not deny echo through his mind, I guess. It's all he could hear. And essentially what happened was God was disappointed in him. And he said, "Why did you do this, Brandon? This was not my plan for you. I had things in your life that I wanted you to accomplish." And my brother was just apologizing and crying out to him and saying, "I didn't mean to do this, and I'm so sorry." I don't know the exact words, right? And all of a sudden, he sees this pinhole light start to shine from above, right? So it starts to shine in, and this beam of light comes down and shines on him. And he could see these creatures that were attacking him, and they fled in this light of God. And this is how he described it. It's a really crappy drawing, but it's like these mountain crevices of rock, sharp rock. And all of these demons fled, hundreds of them, fled away from him into these mountains, climbing up and down and around. And the whole area that my brother was in shined, and he could see the place that he was in. And it smelled of sulfur, and it was hot, and he could see like red fire around him, like out in the distance, but also around him. Sorry. But again, he's in amazement because now it's this big, large light coming in, and he sees God's hand swoop down, this huge, huge hand, right? Swoops him up into his hand, and he's like a little tiny ant, not even an ant, just like a little guy, right? And he instantly said he just felt so much peace, so much love. He could feel every ounce of God, how he created him and how much he loved him, and he did not want to leave it. He didn't want to leave God's presence. He didn't want to leave his hand that he was in to come back. But God told him, "You need to go back to earth. You have things that I want you to do." And so, my brother's like, "Okay, that's your plan, God." And instantly he wakes up and he's in my mom's arms. Okay. And he said he had this wave, like a tsunami wave, come over him of all of the human emotion that he had before he had tried to off himself, flood back to him. But he knew it was going to be okay. And ever since that point, he has been chasing God and Jesus and doesn't do the stuff that he used to do before. Now, from my mom's perspective, right, because she's on the ground pleading to God and praying as my brother's up there, right, on the pipes. And weirdly, randomly, the pipe burst. Now, this is an old house from the 1800s. It burst, and my brother comes crashing down, and she just picks him up and puts him in her arms and is praying over him and petting him and loving him. And he woke up crying. Like he said, he felt everything again. And yeah, that's the time. And I just think it's so important to talk about these situations, because not many people come back from offing themselves. I'm not saying that's what happens for everybody. I don't know. This is just my brother's story and testament. But I think it's spiritual realm's real. Demonic beings are real. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the story. Something that always,
beloved, from the video, the lady is telling us that depression made his brother take his own life. And when he went to hell, he saw that this was because of many demons that oppressed him. So it means that when you are forced with depression, most people would want to take their own lives. Beloved, the answer is the light of God. So she narrated that the light of God caused the demons to leave this guy. And then it made this guy, and it made God to send him back to the earth, because he had a lot of things for this guy to achieve on it. Beloved, when you are depressed, know that you are under attack. These demons want you to end your life. And remember, Christ is the way, the only truth. And when you come to Christ, lay down your depression, lay the matter down, pray, and the light of God will expel these demons from you, and you will have your life. And then you would be able to pursue what God has for you. Kindly share this video, drop your comment, follow the page for the next episode. God bless you.